But we get 100. And then we divide that by how many numbers we added. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 100 divided by 10 is 10. And that would be our mean. Good job. All right, let's go to our notes. Today we're moving on to cube roots. You were absent yesterday. The recording is posted. You just need to click that link on a home page and it'll take you to yesterday's recording. So today we're focusing on cube roots. So go to page 11 in your blue note packet. Okay, so again, when you see a 3 in the elbow, that means we're looking for triplets. So with the 27, I want you to build your cake. Let's go ahead and build our cake with the 27. So we start off by dividing it by 2. Can we divide 27 by 2? No, what about by 3? 27, does 3 go into 27? Okay. So 3 goes into 27, how many times? 9. And then we stick with 3 until 3 doesn't work anymore. So 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 3 1 time. So I have one set of triplet 3s. So that means I have 3 to the first that's coming out. That 1 means one set. And you don't have to put the 1 if it's just one set. Now let's look at our x's. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have one set of triplet x's. That's going to come out. So then we have the cube root of, and then under our cube root, this has to stay. So how many x's were left out? 2. So that means x squared is underneath the radical, and that is our final answer. All right, we'll skip over k. I want you all to look at L. Build a cake with the 24. So again, we start off with 2 and we stay with 2 until 2 doesn't work anymore. And then after that, we go to 3. So keep dividing 24 by 2 until 2 doesn't work. So 2 goes into 24 12 times. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. And now 3 goes into 3 1 time. So again, we do have one set of triplets. So that one set is going to come out. 2 to the first. But now I have a 3 that has to stay. So we're going to keep that 3 under the cube root. I'm going to put that 3 right here. All right, so now I also have 4 A's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, go ahead and circle your triplets. All right, so we have one set of A's that can come out. But that 1A, that has to stay. Because we didn't have, it needed 2 more friends to leave. And then for our B's, we have 3 sets. So again, our answer would be 2AB cubed, and then the cube root of 3A. All right, any questions about cube roots? You remember this from last semester, doing this? Okay. All right, so now let's continue, but now these we have to multiply before we simplify. So we start off by multiplying the numbers in front. So for this one, that would be the 1 is being multiplied by the 2. So that's on the outside. And then I make my cube root. And we're going to multiply the 9 times the 6. Go ahead. What is 9 times 6? What'd you get, Isaiah? 54, good. Now, only this side has x's, all right? We don't have anything to add it to, so we have x to the 4th. And then we have y squared and y to the 7th. When you're multiplying 2 variables, you add the exponents. We don't multiply the exponents. So 2 plus 7 is 9. All right, let's go ahead and build our cake with the 54. Start off with 2. When 2 doesn't work, then you move to 3. So we got 1 set of triplet 3s. That comes out. Now that 2, that's still on the outside. That hasn't moved. But now I'm bringing a 3 outside with the 2. We had 1 that has to stay. So that 1, 2 has to stay because it didn't have 2 more friends, so it could leave. And then we have x to the 4th, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then y to the 9th. Go ahead and circle your triplets. So we have 1 set of x's. 1 has to stay. Show me with your fingers how many sets do we have with the y's. Good, 3. 1, 2, 3, so that would be y cubed. So now let's clean it up. We need to multiply these 2 numbers that are on the outside. So 2 times 3 would give us 6, x, y cubed, and then it would be the cube root of 2x. And that would be my answer. All right, I want you all to try to do letter N by yourself, and we're going to come around and check your work. So you're multiplying first, and then you're going to simplify. forget to put the 3 back now, though. Good. That's first step. So now you build the cake with the 8. All right, so go ahead and check your answer against mine. Who agrees with what I had or have? Who has that answer? All right, so the most common mistakes that I saw was with the 2 and the 4 underneath the radical. If there's a number, we multiply those numbers together. So we're not adding the 2 and the 4. We're multiplying 2 times 4. But our exponents, we are adding. All right, 2 more, and then we're finished. Go to question O. Or did I go to P? P. Let's do the first step together. Let's get it started. So we're going to start off by the numbers in front. These 2 numbers here. We're going to multiply them. So -2 times 2 is -4. Okay, now I'm going to make my radical. And then under the radical, I'm multiplying my numbers. That would be 2 times 8. So what is 2 times 8? Not 2 plus 8, but 2 times 8. 16. And now we're adding our variables. So I have 4 kites and 7 kites. How many kites do we have? 11. So now what I want you to do is with that 16, build a cake. Keep dividing that by 2 until you can't divide it by 2 anymore. And with our K's, we're going to circle. So build your cake with the 16 and then circle your sets of triplets. All right, so we're going to divide the 16 by 2 until we can't divide it by 2 anymore. So 2 goes into 16 8 times. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 2 1 time. So now I'm looking for my triplets. I have 1 set of triplet 2s. That's going to come out with a 4. So we have a -4 times 2 on the outside. But I had one that has to stay because it wasn't in a set. So under my radical, I have the cube root of, and then there's a 2. Show me with your fingers how many sets of K's could you create with 11 people. 11 people, yep, you got 3 sets. Good job. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to come out. Well, then I also have 2 K's that have to stay. So let's clean this up. When there's 2 numbers on the outside, we multiply them together. -4 times 2 would be a -8 K cubed. And that's multiplied by the cube root of 2K squared. Okay, one more question and we are finished for today. Let's get it started. We're going to start off by multiplying the numbers on the outside first. So let's take that 2 times the -4, and that's going to give us -8. That's on the outside. And now we're going to multiply everything that's under the radical together. Multiplying the numbers, adding the exponents. So 12 times 16, that's a big number. What do you get when you multiply 12 times 16? What did you get, Ron? 192. Anyone else get 192? Raise your hand if you got 192. Okay, good. Now we're adding together. I have C to the 3 and C to the 1st. So all together I have 4. I have D to the 4th. I have D to the 2nd. All together I have 6. So this is going to be a tall cake. Off to the side, I want you to build your cake with that 192. Divide it by 2 until you can't anymore, and then switch to 3. The numbers on the outside though. So you had 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then a 3. So you can circle your sets of triplets. All right, so here's my cake. It was pretty tall. So now let's look at our triplets. I have 2 sets that can come out. 1 and 2. So along with that -8, I have 2 sets of 2, so 2 to the power 2. Now this 3 has to stay. So let me go ahead and create my radical. I'm going to put that 3 right there. All right, if you have 4 people, how many sets of triplets can you make? How many groups of 3 can you make with 4 people? Show me with your fingers. How many groups of 3 can you make with 4 people? Just one, good. 1 will be left over. How many groups of 3 can you make with 6 people? Show me with your fingers. Okay, doing really good. So then the last thing you need to do is multiply these two numbers together. So take -8 times 2 squared, or -8 times 2 times 2. What you all get? 32? -32? All right, so we got a -32. CD squared times the, put your 3 in the elbow, 3C. And this is my final answer. All right, so can everyone take out homework 2? If you were absent yesterday, homework can be found in the Monday folder. Couple of announcements about this homework. It's actually due, let me change the due date. It's due on Friday. So can you write on your homework that is due Friday? And that would be 1/17. Now, right now, can I see your homework real quick, Jaden? Just see the back of it. You can do everything in this assignment except number 7 through 10. So number 7 through 10, I want you to skip for now. We're going to talk about how to do those because that's adding and subtracting. That's different from multiplication. Completely different. So I want you to do everything, focus on doing all of those questions except number 7 through 10 for now. If you need help, you can come up, you can ask me, you can also ask Miss K.